match. First referee, Mr. Mark Santos. Second referee, Mr. Ryan Vincent Corpus. Calling on our starting lineup from our Farm Fresh Foxies. Let's begin with their team captain. She wears jersey number 7, Louis Romero. At number 1, our guest player from Colombia, Jenny Montoya Murillo. At number 4, Caitlin Viray. Wearing jersey number 12, Trisha Gale Tubu. At number 13, April Tagsip. Number 16, Riza Andrea Cruz. Starting libero is number 17, Janelle Delerio. Head coach, Mr. Shota Sato. Presenting our PLDT high-speed hitters. Jersey number 3, Mika Irene Reyes. At number 5, Erica May Santos. Wearing jersey number 7, our guest player from Russia, Elena Samoilenko. At number 9, Kim Fajardo. Wearing jersey number 10, Mary Joy Baron. And at number 17, Fiola May Ceballos. Starting libero is their team captain, number 8, Kathleen Faith Arado. Head coach, Mr. Raul Benson Ricafort. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Board.
For the Farm Fresh
Match
Foxies,
number 13.
Riza Cruz is back in the starting lineup, joining Kai Tagsip, Jenny Murillo, Caitlin Viray, Trisha Tubu, Louis Romero, and Janelle Delerio. Riza had to attend to her back for a couple of days, but she's feeling good. Starting things out in this match versus PLDT, deploy the same names: Mika Reyes, Majoy Baron, Elena Samoilenko, Fiola Ceballos, Erica Santos, Kim Fajardo, and team captain Kath Arado. We thank you for joining us. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Doc AJ Pareja and Alexis Tinsay for the first game of your PVL Thursday. These are actually the rescheduled games from 2 weeks back because of our typhoon. And this will also be our last day for the pool play in round number 1. Elena Samoilenko going cross, and that's the first point.
Samoilenko opening up with a sharp cross-court attack, just using her height advantage against the blockers of the Foxies.
Mika Reyes.
Elena Samoilenko came into this match with 92 total points against the 87 of Jenny Murillo. Mika Reyes now serves. Ball up by Delerio, who's splendid as the libero of Farm Fresh. And there you go, the first point belongs to Kyle April Tagsip.
Yeah, Tagsip challenging the block of Baron with that cross-body quick attack.
Guest player, Jenny Murillo. Serving for the
Colombian,
Foxies.
Jenny Murillo sends that ball inside. That's quite tight for Samoilenko, but she was still
Samoilenko.
able to score against 2 blockers.
Yeah, Samoilenko using the block to her advantage. The ball, the set was really too tight for her. Just swiping it off Tubu.
Serving for PLDT.
Good adjustment in the part of that reinforcement.
It is 2-1, trading points so far. Caitlin Viray, as an open hitter, is unable to score. That went wide for her.
Caitlin Viray trying to go for an angle, but overcooks it.
Service, Fajardo.
3-1, we've had quick points so far, including that one. It's an error from Kim Fajardo.
For the Foxies.
We have to remind everybody, Doc AJ, that for Farm Fresh to get that number 3 spot in their pool, what do they have to do?
They have to win in straight sets in this match, and they have to hope for a straight set loss for Cherry Tigo.
And even then, it's going to go down to point differential for those 2 teams. Samoilenko answers back once more. Crossovers will go up against Galleries Tower for the final game today.
Serving for PLDT.
Samoilenko sends it in, received by Murillo. It's Tubu with a strong hit. And now we go to Alexis Tinsay.
Migs and Doc AJ, I actually got some background on the Romero Tubu setter spiker connection that proved them a powerhouse in their game last Saturday. It wasn't always this smooth. It actually took months of frustration and pressure as they worked to perfect their coordination. It took months for freshman Lady Falcon Trisha Tubu to connect to their star captain player Louis Romero, whom seemed intimidating in the first day. One day Louis told Trisha to never doubt for a moment that she would always adjust to Trisha's sets, no matter how high or low they were. This trust and adjustment are evident in their performance. In their last game, Trisha achieved a 57% attack efficiency because she won't waste a single set given by her Ate Louie. Brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now for 149 pesos per month. Back to set 1.
As Caitlin Biray scores for Farmfest, you really have to recognize that even though there's an Adam Sonyan connection here with Farm Fresh, it still is a different adjustment when you reach the pros.
Yeah, it's totally different kind of ball game compared to the collegiate level. And Caitlin Viray now serving after that kill point from the open.
Fajardo onto Ceballos, a smart hit.
The hand of Romero. 6.
Once again, a little too tight in the set of Kim Fajardo, but Viola Ceballos just using her intelligence and just swiping it off the block of Louis.
Ceballos is the third leading scorer in this conference for PLDT behind Samoy Lenko and Erika Santos. Santos just gave up a free point off of that service error.
Second service error now for PLDT.
Riza Cruz serving for
This game is staying tight. This is Riza Cruz serving on her way back into the starting lineup. Ceballos, good hit there. Counter from Farm Fresh. Nice block by Vika Reyes.
By Reyes.
Setas is a little too short for Murillo's liking. Would have been a different story if the set was a little bit pushed more to the pin.
It is now 7-5. PLDT has a chance to send us to the first technical timeout. Vika Reyes almost did it. Here's the counter by Murillo. Straight to the back, dug up by Viola. Vika Reyes pushes. Back to Jenny, cross court.
Murillo finds the spot. 6, serving 7.
Murillo finding the gap between blockers. Just using some power, drill the ball to zone 6.
Nobody has led by more than 2 points in this game. Samoy Lenko attacks. That's outside.
Too wide. We're tied at 7.
Yeah, same attempt in the previous or the first point of Samoilenko going for that sharp cross-court kill. But
There's Savvy Davison and KKD watching from the sideline. Get well soon to those two. Trisha Tubu blocked. Hilario with the coverage. It's Murillo going cross. What a dig by Arado. Samoilenko tipping it through. Pancake save. Tubu's turn, off speed. Good chance for PLDT. Elena Samoilenko. There's a check.
Gets a ball touch.
That will send us to our first technical timeout. It is 8-7.
First technical timeout.
You're back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City for Farm Fresh versus PLDT. Walang nalalayo sa ating laro. Ang ating talaan ay 8-7 in favor of Elena Samoilenko and these high-speed hitters against Jenny Murillo and the Farm Fresh Foxies. PLDT comes in with a record of 3-1, while Farm Fresh is at 2-2. Erica Santos and the Black Shirts came off of a 5-set loss versus Cherry Tigo, while Trisha
End of
Tubo
the
was the
first.
best player for
Technical
Farm Fresh
timeout.
versus
Mika
next
Reyes,
led
serving for
game,
PLDT.
which they won in 3 sets. Romero to the open, Murillo down the line. That's dug up and chased by Ceballos and Santos. A good chance for Farm Fresh. Murillo again. There's an opening at the back.
Finds the spot.
Murillo finally
8-all.
gets one in again. 2 out of 6 attempts.
The spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin, ang pasalubong ng bayan.
Guest player, Jenny Murillo. Serving for Farm
See if
Fresh.
Jenny Murillo will improve her efficiency as we move forward. Regalo para kay
Tubu
Trisha
reaches
Tubu.
over. Foxies now on top by 1 point.
So it's some of the passing of the high-speed hitters that has
Service.
enabled the Farm
Murillo.
Fresh to really close in the gap early on and now take the lead.
9-8. Samoilenko approaches. She's blocked. Coverage by Fajardo. Back to Elena. No more save there by Murillo.
Through the block. 9-all.
Milenko just using the height advantage against the block of Tubu.
For Harden. Serving for PLDT.
Back to a deadlock. Deledio receives. It's Caitlin Viray. Got a hand there. The counter with Elena. Good save by Murillo, but that's way out
That's
for
outside
Caitlin
the
Viray.
antenna.
Ball didn't cross the antenna or the middle of the antennas. It's going to be called out. PLDT back with the lead.
Service. Fajardo.
Back and forth we go. Fajardo, service
That's an
inside.
ace.
That's their first service ace, right?
Yes, first service ace for PLDE, for Kim Fajardo. They've been trying to really target zone 1, especially Murillo is in there, trying to get her out of system.
Viray. Oh, that was wide.
Wide. 12
Set
to
was
9.
inside for Viray, and as a lefty, not much choices there, especially if you go cross court, it's gonna sail out.
Service. Fajardo.
It's now a 3-point advantage, the biggest in this game. Caitlin Viray for some retribution. Almost had it. Samoilenko with a miss hit. You did see her
10 to
reaction.
Samoilenko trying to go for a roll shot over the blockers, but her arms were quite low in that contact.
April Tagsip. Serving for the Foxies.
Now we have April Tagsip serving. They're down by 2 points. Samoilenko got the first ball. It's Erica Santos on the approach. Coverage by Samoilenko. And height is really Mike for
right
her.
in the hole.
You know, Doc AJ, Kim Fajardo shared to me that
Yes,
when
player.
Samoilenko arrived in the training sessions of PLDT, there was some intimidation at first. You know, she looks quite scary because of her height, but if you actually talk to her, she's one of the nicest
Overreach.
people that you'll meet.
Called on the Foxies.
Always smiling, always having a positive tone.
Yeah, and not very, what's called,
Service.
reklamo sa
Samoilenko.
serye, ganon.
Oh, she actually even told me that she's so happy about the sets of Kim Fajardo that she would even give her a nod to the point
Cross-court
na
shot.
no-compare niya si Kim Fajardo to
11
international
to 14.
caliber of play. This was back set of Louis Romero on Trisha Tubu. There's a connection explained to us by Alexis Sai that they have worked on. Fajardo to the open. Ceballos blocked, but that went straight
on the hit
outside.
out.
Ceballos 2 out of 4
15 to
attempts, a good 50% efficiency. Still looking for some output or points from the middles for PLD, but
Joy
they're in a
Baron
good 4-point
serving
lead.
for PLDT.
15-11, a chance to send us to another technical timeout. Strong hit by Cruz. Counter, Erica Santos feeling it.
Down the line.
Erica Santos joining the scoring board for the high-speed hitters.
Second technical timeout, it is 16-11.
Second technical timeout. 16. PLDT 11.
Jessie De Leon, who's sitting beside Savvy Davison, enjoying the moment so far as they do have the advantage in set number 1. We are in the middle of the second technical timeout, and there you see some Farm Fresh Foxies also present at the sideline. Lorito Ring, Jolina De La Cruz as well. See a lot of UAAP players present in this lineup of the orange shirts.
End of the second technical time.
How about KKD?
Majoy Baron serving
Also
for the
recovering
high-speed
from
hitters.
an injury. 16-11. Mika Reyes drops.
Yes.
That works.
With a kill
PLDT.
17-11.
Reyes making quick work of that overpass from
Service
Viray.
long.
Just recognizing that free spot in zone 2.
Tubu with a missed hit.
Low to cross.
Now PLDT is pulling away from this matchup.
A little hesitation on the approach of Tubu, causing her to commit an error. So far,
Service,
PLDT
Baron.
putting a lot of pressure in the service.
Back set onto the slide. Isa Cruz couldn't score. Counter by Ceballos. Again, outsmarting the
Ceballos
defense
off the
of
hand
Farm
of
Fresh.
Cruz.
Now, we have a timeout for the Foxies.
Timeout. Farm Fresh Foxies. Score 11 for the Foxies. 19.
Okay, one
for
throw.
the high-speed
After
hitters.
toss, after all cover. Okay. Now, negative. No, positive thinking. Okay. Try. Okay. No problem. Go.
Isa lang yan.
Yung braso niyo pag kinakadyot yung ganyan, no? Relax lang. Ha? Pabagalin niyo yung ball. Go, let's go, let's go.
Hey, 1, 2, 3!
What has happened, Doc AJ? What created the separation between PLDT and Farm Fresh?
Substitution.
It has been the
Farm
service
Fresh.
of the high-speed hitters.
12 out,
Majoy Baron
21
doing an
for the
excellent
Sean
job,
in,
putting
7
a
out,
lot of heat in
9.
her float serves. Hard for the passers
Santiago
of Farm
in.
Fresh to set up a play.
Majoy Baron serving.
Majoy Baron doing the honors. Romero on to the opposite. Kate Santiago is now making her first appearance in this game. Good chance for PLDT. Fajardo. Back set to Erica Santos. Dug up by Murillo. Oh, at the net. There were 2 blockers for
On the
PLDT,
hit
but
down.
it wasn't a problem for Kate
Foxies
Santiago.
score 12.
Much needed
to
point for the Foxies to stop the momentum of PLDT.
Viray serving for Farm Fresh.
Santiago with that block attack.
Great connection by Kate with Angelica Legacion. The second setter of Farm Fresh in this game. Combination play. Erica Santos. That was wide.
Ball is out.
They challenged this.
13 to 19.
It seems like we will just have to continue.
They're not gonna challenge that.
Service. Viray.
Santos. Too much heat in that attack.
Fajardo had to chase that ball. Ceballos blocked.
No entry, says Cruz and Santiago.
Ceballos
to
finally
Ceballos.
stopped by the Foxies.
14 to 19.
That block point
Service.
belongs to Kate
Viray.
Santiago. She's been effective so far in her short stint. 2 instant points.
Good positioning and good press on the net by Santiago.
Ceballos dug up by Delerio. And here's Santiago. Arado sends it back to the open. Fiola couldn't score. Great effort by Legacion. It's Santiago. Met by Mika Reyes. Fajardo onto her middle blocker, and that works.
Reyes with her first attack point of this match, ending that long rally. Signature power tip by Mika Reyes.
4 out.
First point of Mika Reyes in this game. She's tied with Viola Ceballos as the second leading scorers of
Erica Santos.
PLDT behind Elena Samoilenko. Murillo, that was strong
Murillo,
and sharp.
The hand of Ceballos. 15 to
Murillo
20.
has had enough. She's quite silent in the back row. But in reintroducing herself now, she's up front.
That's her third point in this match. Tied with Alicia Tubu as the leading scorers of the Foxies. Service inside for Riza Cruz. Fajardo back to Viola. Blocked. Santos keeping it alive. Ceballos again. Cruz onto Murillo. Dug up by Elena Samoilenko. Back to the left. Ceballos now is able to prevail.
Murillo off the hand of Cruz.
Ceballos finally
21.
getting a point after some struggles executing the previous rallies.
15.
Still a big 6-point lead for the high-speed hitters.
Viola Ceballos
Ilonggo.
serving.
Or the Ilongas, I should say. Sent that ball inside. It's Murillo, the
Cross-court
Colombian,
shot.
scoring
Murillo.
for Farm Fresh.
16 to 21.
That's the set that Murillo wants a little bit high, so she has
Farm Fresh.
more options
21
with the
out,
angles.
12. Tubu in. 9 out, 7. Romero back in.
So, Louis Romero
Team
did
captain,
tell me that
Louis
it's
Romero
just her,
serving.
Jenny Murillo, who prefers that type of set. Everything else is at default. Fast as we
Samoilenko
broke down
with
in
a
our
cross-court
pregame
shot.
for the Foxies. But for Elena Samoilenko, she looks to be very comfortable with Kim Fajardo.
That has been her go-to attack right now.
Substitution.
She's going for that sharp cross-court attack
In.
towards Zone 5, Zone 4.
Sheila Kiseo serving for the high-speed
Now it's
hitters.
Sheila Kiseo serving. The specialist who send it in, received by Murillo. Back set to Tubu. Had to recalculate mid-air. That was
Tubu
some
off
great
the hand of
athleticism
Kiseo.
by Trisha Tubu.
17 to 22.
Good adjustment in the part of
Substitution.
Tubu.
Farm
Was
Fresh.
quite wide off the
1
net.
out, 5. Bertolano in. 3 out, 4. Viray. Back in.
Iseo off guard.
That trims the lead down to 5. This is Lai Bertolano
Eliza Bertolano
doing the honors for
serving
Farm Fresh.
for the Foxies.
Signature jump serve. That was
Scores
sharp.
an ace.
Straight to an
18
ace.
to 22.
Isn't that what you would want to happen as a service specialist?
Yes, definitely.
Service.
Could be a spark plug
Bertolano.
for the team.
18-22. Now it's received by PLDT. The attack from Samoilenko. Counter. Caitlin Viray
Viray
getting
on
a
the
check.
hit out. 19 to 22.
And now, Coach
I'm
Ralph
out.
Ricafort
High-speed
calls for
hitters.
time. Their lead has been trimmed down to 3 points.
Jules!
Itawag mo yung hindi nakamark. Kasi pwede ibigay eh. Nakadalawa na agad dito. Patawag mo na lang. Kung hindi kayo iikot, may distansya. Yung ganong balikan, talagang ikaw hahanapin. Diretso lang talaga yung block. Go, go, go. Ikita
May defense sa likod. Gilang. Eh, PLDT!
I just love how calm Coach Ralph is with his huddles. Straight to the point to these PLDT high-speed hitters. They led by as many as 8 in this game. It's been cut down to 3 points by the Foxies.
Serving for the Foxies, number 5, Eliza Bertolano.
Bertolano serves once more. That's received by Ceballos. Majoy Baron almost scored. Counter by Tubu. Got a deflection. Ceballos said, "Ako na." And this is a free ball for Farm Fresh. Romero onto the runner. That's denied by Samoilenko.
Not the best of choices for the set. Samoilenko was just there reading that slide attack.
Serving for PL.
It's 8 points now for Elena Samoilenko. 7 coming off of attacks. Off speed for Bertolano. Opposite hit. Lai still keeping it alive. Caitlin Viray. Blocked.
Denied.
Third kill block for PLDT to stop the run of the Foxies.
PLDT now at center.
That belongs to Erica Santos, who's had at least 3 blocks in their last 3 outings. Trisha Tubu able to
Tubu through
get
the
some
block.
retribution.
20
It's 4
to
set points for
24.
PLDT.
April Tagsip serving for Farm Fresh.
We're back with April Tagsip. She will have to continue serving if they would buy themselves a chance to win this set. Sharp serve. Fajardo. Slide. Baron met at the net. Samoylenko's turn. Straight to the back
Samoylenko
and straight
ends
to a
the set
point.
for PLDT, 25-20.
That's it for set number 1. PLDT being comfortable here inside the Phil Sports Arena. And, by the way, that locks Farm Fresh as the number 4 seed in their pool, Doc AJ.
Yes, so that first order of business to get into the top 3 is bleak already for the Foxies, but you know, trying to get this match is still important for them.
We'll be back for set number 2. Set number 1 was obtained by the PLDT high-speed hitters. They won it by 5 points against the Farm Fresh Foxies in 24 minutes of play. At the start, it was back and forth, Doc AJ, and then by the middle part, PLDT just pulled away.
Early on, PLDT really opened up with high speed, and but Farfresh was able to counter that early on, even got the lead in the first phases of set number 1. But once PLDT put more pressure in their services, got the Foxies out of system, not able to set up their offense, and they were able to pull up a big lead.
Match in Pool A.
Here we have the numbers.
Between Farfresh,
Attacking in favor of PLDT.
PLDT.
Same goes for blocking, which
Our
has been a
high-speed
big theme for
hitters
them
took the first
in their
set,
campaign.
25
In terms of
to
errors,
20.
it's 6-5.
Yeah, PLDT with much of the attacks coming from Samoylenko. 6 successes out of 15 attempts, so respectable 40%, with Ceballos supporting with 3 successes out of 11 attempts, 27%. Although I'm yet to see some output in terms of attack from the middle, Baron, Reyes, and especially for Santos. They were able to chip in some blocks for PLDT, 3 against 1 of the Foxies, but if they really want to seal the game,
Viola
the
Ceballos
middles and the
start
opposites
this set.
have to also join the party in the scoring department.
Let's see if Kim Fajardo can change things up for these high-speed hitters. PL Defonso is now in the game for Farm Fresh. She did start in the last 2 for the Foxies. Mika Reyes.
Not quick.
There you go, Doc AJ. An
PLDT
immediate
scores
response.
1.
It will be bad news for the Foxies if Reyes and Baron continue
Service
to
Ceballos.
bring in some damage also to support Samoylenko.
Those 2, by the way, are the 4th and 5th leading scorers in this conference for PLDT. There's the
Tubu
2nd leading
gets a ball
scorer of Farm
touch
Fresh,
of
Trisha Tubu.
Samoylenko. 1-0.
Trisha Tubu, the highest percentage in set number 1 for Foxies. 4 successes out of 9 attempts, 44%.
Serving for Farfresh.
Just adding more to that with that off-the-block attack.
The conference average for Trisha Tubu is actually 35% attack efficiency. So It has been better quite lately for her. Battle at the middle. It's won
That's it.
by
Denied
PLDT.
by Reyes.
Mika Reyes, quality minutes starting out this set number 2.
Mika Reyes.
It's just really good to have her
For
back. I had a
PLDT.
conversation with her before this game, and we both agreed that it felt longer, her absence in the PVL. I'm sure a lot of fans missed her. Samoilenko gives up a free ball. Push to the open. Viray met at the net. Fajardo faking the attack. Or faking the jump. It worked for her eventually. It's another point for the high-speed hitters.
Now it's the middles of PLDT that are opening this set number 2.
It's like you talked to them before the set, Doc. Before you went back on air.
I didn't coach them, by the way.
Here's Trisha Tubu. Erica Santos on the D ball, couldn't score. Counter with Tubu. Again, the athleticism
Over the block.
present. It's the way that she
Two,
folds her body that
three.
makes it look even more entertaining.
Yeah. Mad respect for Trisha Tubu. Unfazed by a tall blocker in front of her, and she's been going at it since the opening of the match.
It's now 2-3. Fajardo 1-2. Read well by Farm Fresh. Baron, back set. Almost worked. Regalo for Elena. The rally continues. Caitlin Veray. Samoilenko keeping it alive. Fajardo with another attack. And now it works for Kath as we turn you over to Alexis Tinsay.
Mix and Doc AJ from a youngster to a trusted player on the court. Let's dive a little deeper into Erica Santos' performance over the past few games. She started out with 5 points with double digits game after game. She told me that her emotions dominated primarily, but once she set her mind into knowing she's done well in training, ginusto niya ito ilabas sa court at nagawa niya ito sa laban nila sa next lead at Cherry Tigo. For the 2 years she's been a high-speed hitter, naramdaman niya na di na siya fresh grad, kundi isang player na may same amount of power and a contribution together with her veteran teammates. She felt the confidence and she felt like it was her time to be the one they can rely on. It's all about growing here in the PVL, and you can witness it all on the Pilipinas Live app for 149 pesos. Back to set 2.
It is Erica Santos' time
Back row
indeed.
attack,
She had 19
Murillo.
points, 4 blocks in 3 sets versus next lead. 20 points and 3 blocks in that 5-setter versus Cherry Tigo. And the good thing is, as you get to see that point for Jenny Murillo, is that Erica continues to learn. She even gets some tips from KKD at the sideline as an opposite hitter.
Yeah, and actually right now it's
Malenko hits the spot.
Baron, Santos, Reyes already have 1 attack point for PLDT to combine with 1 from Fajardo and Samoilenko.
Can't forget about this woman, the leading scorer of the high-speed hitters. After all, Samoilenko is already in double figures. The approach by Murillo, that went to Coach Rodrigo Ford. He's okay, but that was outside.
7-3.
Good judgment in the part of Ceballos to let it go. But that has been the go-to attack of
Service,
Murillo this
Samoilenko.
entire match.
Short serve. Quick attack. Counter. It's Baron. That was quite low for Majoy.
4, serving
A little
7.
too low for Majoy. Lost opportunity for them. They were able to target Murillo in that rally and get her out of the
Serving
equation.
for Farm Fresh.
April Tagsip now serves. She has 1 point so far. That's an error. And that will send us to the first technical timeout in set number 2, 8-4.
First technical timeout. 8 PLDT. 4 Farm Fresh.
Back for set number 2 in this matchup between Farm Fresh and PLDT. The high-speed hitters continue to have the advantage, 8-4. They only trailed once. That was in set number 1. It was actually back and forth to begin the match. Farm Fresh looking to get back into that beginning form. Let's see if Louis Romero can set things up wonderfully for her teammates. After all, she is the second leading setter in this conference so far. But this is early. We do have round number 2 of the pool play beginning this Saturday.
Serving for PLDT.
PL Defonso, nice connection with Louis.
Quick attack. 5, serving 8.
Defonso showing that she has what it takes to be a starter middle also.
That was her role in the past 2 games after all for Farm Fresh because of that injury of Lisa Cruz.
Serving for Farm Fresh.
The other woman who started for them was Joan Narit back in their first game as a middle blocker. Romero to Murillo, off the block.
The hit out. 6,
Really
serving
just
8.
overpowering the block of Santos.
Lead down to 2. It's a full front row for the Foxies. Samoilenko as a target. Fajardo to the open. Ceballos down the line.
Ceballos. 9,
Ceballos with that clean down the line hit. Something that you can consider doing more of. She has been checked quite a bit. Her angle attacks.
It is 9-6. Back set onto Murillo. Got a touch there.
The hit out. 7, serving
Seems
9.
like that technical timeout helped these Foxies.
Murillo just going above the block of Ceballos.
Guest player, Jenny Murillo. Serving for Farm Fresh.
Jenny though
Plus
served
1
that ball
for
straight to the net.
PLDT.
Very unfortunate.
Second service error for Farm Fresh in set number 2.
Viola Ceballos. Serving for the high-speed hitters.
Now it's Viola Ceballos. Service straight to Jenny. It's Trisha Tubu down the line. That
A
went
little too
outside.
long. 11-7.
PLDT once again going for that zone 1.
Service, Ceballos.
11-7 for Viola Ceballos. Same target. Caitlin Viray cross-scored, dug up by Kat. That was perfect. And the push as well by Kim Fajardo.
12-7.
Kim Fajardo, 2 attack points already here in set number 2. Just gotta give a lot of credit to Arado, who has been spectacular in those power attacks from the Foxies.
So in the words of Viola Ceballos, who sent that ball outside,
8.
sa kanyang reunion alongside Kat Arado, she's seeing more, sorry, I'll go back to Tagalog. Mas natatapangan siya mula kay Kat Arado, lalo na't ngayon ay leader na siya ng PLDT. And so it has translated on her skills back on the floor with her digging and receiving. Fajardo to Samoilenko. There's a check.
Samoilenko gets a ball touch.
Samoilenko, 2 out of 4 attempts already. Good 50% efficiency early on here in set number 2.
Serving for PLDT.
13-8. This match is the biggest lead of PLDT in the set, but
Off the hand
Caitlin
of
Viray
Reyes.
will immediately respond.
Viray
9-13.
finally getting attack here in set number 2. A lot of credit to the libero for that perfect pass. Easy for Romero to set up.
It's the 3rd point overall for Caitlin in this matchup. She's the 3rd leading scorer of Farm Fresh this conference. Samoilenko, that was long.
Goes long. 10-13.
PLDT not gonna challenge that.
We haven't had a challenge so far in this game.
Service, Tubu.
Trisha Tubo serves. Ball up by Ceballos. Fajardo onto Majoy Baron. Samoilenko's turn. Not much power there. It's Tagsip who couldn't score. Back row for Viola. That's outside.
Outside shot, Ceballos.
Majoy Baron wants a check.
11-13.
But then again, All right,
Action.
finally
There's
we have a
on
challenge.
the
Coach
floor
Ral,
by
They're
PLDT
gonna challenge that
for a block touch.
against
PLDT
Tag-Shift.
challenges block touch.
So Coach Manolo Rubio, by the way. It's a decorated coaching staff for Coach Ral Court after all. First challenge of the match, halfway done in the second frame. Now, as much as we mentioned that Farm Fresh will not be able to get that number 3 seed, you have to remember that the records will carry over.
Yeah.
And eventually that will matter as we choose the top 8 teams, or as the top 8 teams would qualify to our quarterfinals action. There's no block touch.
There's no block touch. The challenge is unsuccessful.
PLDT will lose one challenge here in this set.
Point and serve. Go to the Farm Fresh Foxies. And Tubu
Oh, that's going to be a
scores
service
an
ace for Trisha Tubu.
And just like that, the lead of PLDT is down to 1.
Service. Tubu.
That's ace number 1 for Trisha Tubu in this game. Samoilenko.
Malenko. Corner
That was
pocket.
sharp. Perfect follow through.
Fajardo pushing the ball to the pin, enabling Samoilenko to go for a down-the-line attack, just using all height in that attempt.
Lead back up to 2. Viray receives. It's Tag-Sip, almost scoring. Erica Santos, dug up by Murillo. To the open, off speed for Caitlin. Arado will send it back to the right. Santos is blocked.
Santos turned back. 13 to 14. Substitution.
Still a 1-point advantage for PLDT, but Farm Fresh looking good to close this one in.
Caitlin Viray has now matched her output in set number 1.
Bertolano serving.
By
for the
Bertolano,
Foxies.
she was effective as a server in the first set. Can she do it again? That was sharp. Fajardo, back to the reinforcement.
Malenko over the block. 15 to
Doesn't
13.
need a lot of power, just perfect height, hitting it at the maximum reach
Spike
over
in the
the
set.
block of Romero.
Player.
Spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin', ang pasalubong ng bayan.
3-point for Farm Fresh.
Another point for the Foxies. Lead back down to 1. This is what you'd like for Farm Fresh. After all, it's the middle part of set number 1 when PLDT pulled away from them. Bit of an over receive. Rado sends it through. Murillo blocked. How about that
Murillo,
net defense of
well
Majoy
read
Baron
by
and Erica
Baron.
Santos? That will send us to the second technical timeout, 16 to 14.
Second technical timeout, 16. PLDT, 14. Farm Fresh.
We are back for PLDT versus Farm Fresh. The high-speed hitters led by as many as 5 in this set. Now it's 2 points for them. Their biggest lead was 8 in the opening set. Farm Fresh definitely has looked better, but can they actually grab the lead in set number 2? There you see the leading scorers in this matchup. It's Elena Samoilenko with 13 points off of 12 attacks, and Trisha Tubo on the other end has 9 points, 8 from attacks. We've been talking about her efficiency, which has been quite consistent lately. Samoilenko from the back. Counter, PL Defonso. Samoilenko chasing it. And no more save for Mika Reyes.
Ildefonso scores with a power tip. 15-16.
That's the second point of Pia Ildefonso coming off the bench
Louis Romero
in the second
serving.
set. Fajardo to Ceballos. Quite low there. Another try for Viola. Is there a check? Yes, there was.
Ceballos gets a block touch. 17-15.
Those are the points that have been working for Ceballos. Off the block, down the line.
Erica Santos serving for PLDT.
Oh, that's a
And
service
she
ace for
scores.
Erica Santos.
18-15.
Much needed point to increase the separation or the gap for PLDT,
Service
reclaiming their
Santos.
2-point lead.
Santos again. This time it's an
Too
error.
much to the left.
So it's 2 errors to 1 ace.
16-18.
They've been going to that area
Jenny
for most of
Murillo
the
gets
set.
player. Substitution. Farm Fresh. 5 out. 4.
Caitlin Veray now
Veray,
returns for Lai
Guest
Bertolano.
player, Jenny Murillo.
This is Jenny
Serving
Murillo
for Farm
at the
Fresh.
back row. You haven't seen as many back row attacks in this matchup. Fajardo tried to go for a 1-2 play. Oh, that's tight. And the ball won't go through for
That
PLDT.
didn't cross. 17-18.
That will be a lost opportunity once more for PLDT. Farm
Service.
Fresh back to
Murillo.
a 1-point deficit.
17-18. Murillo sending it straight onto Samoilenko. It's Ceballos for some
Ceballos
retribution.
with the hand of Tubu.
It's really those down the line attempts for Ceballos.
I wonder if that's what she actually watched on TikTok, because apparently a part of her improvement is watching the TikTok videos of USA's libero. Her name is Shoji. So,
Eric Shoji.
Kill block.
may mga highlights siya napapanood dun sa page daw ni Shoji. Of course, floor defense has a lot to do with it. But in terms of her attacking, it has dominated also onto greater
Timeout.
heights in her
Farm
conference
Fresh
so far.
Foxies.
Now we have a timeout.
Okay, 1 point. 1 point. Side out.
Eh, no perfect. B-pass lang. B-pass lang. B-pass. B-pass. Side out. Tagain natin yung tasa. Okay.
Mahabol na eh. Alagaan
Galag
niya
daw.
naman. Ay, yung yung pagkapit.
Okay, A pass, B pass, walk.
Yes,
Combination,
yes.
try. Combination. Okay. Okay.
Let's go, ha? Kayang-kaya. Let's go! Hey, right in here! Perfect! Let's go!
It's crunch time, Doc AJ.
Farm Fresh needs to get their passing on point first so they can set up an attack. They have a full front line right now.
20 serving 17, Viola
Serving for the
Ceballos.
high-speed hitters.
Sharp serve. Defonso tried to drop it to no avail. It's Elena Samoilenko.
Through the block.
The target was the
Samoilenko.
back row.
She
21.
has been going at that end line to much success. Just really hitting high, going above the blockers, be it down the line or cross court.
That goes long.
Service error once
3
more.
points for Farm
Third
Fresh.
service error for PLDT. Still enjoying a 3-point lead, but anything can happen. Farm
PL
Fresh was
Defonso.
able to
Serving for
reduce the
Foxies.
deficit to as much as just 1 point.
Samoilenko. Dug up by Romero. Ildefonso onto Tubu. Tried to play it sharp,
Ball's
but
out.
it was wide.
22.
Good intention on the part of Tubu to swipe it off the block of Samoilenko, but Samoilenko recognized that attempt by
Substitution,
Tubu,
PLDT.
withdrawing her block at
3
the
out.
last
2.
second.
Kiseo in.
Sheila Kiseo now returns to serve for PLDT.
Sheila Kiseo serving for the high-speed hitters.
It is 22 serving 18. Kiseo. Oh, that's outside.
Bonus
These errors
point
are piling
for
up for
Foxies.
PLDT.
Yeah, 4 service errors here in
Substitution.
set number 2.
Farm Fresh. 12
Not
out.
yet out of the
21,
woods for
Legacion
the
in.
high-speed
7
hitters.
out. 9, Santiago in.
In terms of errors, by the way, these two teams are coming off of their cleanest
Angelica
games.
Legacion, designated game captain
PLDT only had
for
18 errors in
Farmfresh.
that 5-set match
Now
versus
at the
Cherry
service
Tigo,
zone.
although the crossovers played the cleaner game with only 15 errors. While Farmfresh only had 13 errors in 3 sets versus Next led. Viray gives up a free ball. Arado will send it back to her reinforcement. Murillo, the reinforcement on the other end, saving it. It's Caitlin, blocked. Coverage by Delerio at the middle. No point for Tagsip. Now it's Kate Santiago, and there's a check.
Santiago gets a ball touch off Samailenko. 20.
Santiago playing quality minutes for Farmfresh. She was brought in the previous set. She was also able to deliver an instant
Service.
point.
Legacion.
Ange Legacion now serves that ball in. Fajardo back to the open. That
Ball
was
is out.
outside.
21
And the lead is down to 1.
22.
Timeout,
Timeout.
Coach Raul.
High-speed hitters.
Counter same na na. Black line first. Pasa muna. Pasa lang. Makaikot lang sila na isa.
Okay, coach.
Hanggat kaya, abutin ng mataas para maiwan yung gitna. Hingi pa rin na, Joy. Go, go, go. Stop tayo.
Okay, more.
Bilangan nyo lang, pinapasok lang.
Eh, PLDT!
What say you about the coaching style of Coach Raul?
It's just concise, clear. Just really called for timeout to break the momentum of Farmfresh. And just telling the spikers to just ask for it again.
Just 1 point
Let's
for
see
the
if it
Foxies
would actually
to
work
tie
for
this
them.
set. Serving
This is
number
for the tie.
21,
Legacion
Angelica
setting it
Legacion.
in. Fajardo, same option. At the net, Majoy Baron tried to drop it. Legacion, back to Kate. That's her double sub, which has been effective. Majoy Baron
Shot
responds for
push.
PLDT.
Signature power tip also from Majoy. Gives them some breathing
Kick for
space as they're 2 points away from taking set.
Serving for PLDT.
It's the third point of Majoy Baron in this match. Caitlin Viray going cross, dug up by Arado. Calf to Majoy. That didn't work. Delerio to the opposite. Nice net defense by
Santiago
PLDT. What a
turned
way
back
for them
by
to respond.
Samailenko.
Third block point for the high-speed hitters here in set number 2.
King Fajardo serving
That's 2
for the
blocks.
set.
En route to 15 total points for Elena Samoilenko. Fajardo has 8 excellent sets. Legacion out to the middle. Not the best of connections there. But it's one more chance for the white shirts. Santiago will score.
Santiago off the block.
That saves the set
22
point.
to 24.
A little too short on that pancake attempt for Fajardo.
Caitlin Viray serving for Farmfresh.
Still within reach.
22 serving 24. Caitlin Viray. Ceballos with the first ball. Slide. That's
Too
low
low
again
to
for
cross.
Majoy.
23 to 24.
Lead down to
Service
1.
Viray.
A chance to tie for Caitlin Viray and the Foxies. Fajardo. Back to Samoilenko. And that's it for set
Ends
number
the
2.
set
Who else
for
would end it?
PLDT. 25 to 23.
It's a nice last push by Farmfresh. We did see these responses from Kim Fajardo. Not only setting things up wonderfully for her teammates, but also scoring with 3 points to her name. Just some smart pushes from the veteran center. It's 2 sets to none in favor of the high-speed hitters. the trend so far. Back for the heart of volleyball. It's 2-0 in favor of the PLDT high-speed hitters against the Farm Fresh Foxies. 25-20, 25-23. It was tighter in set number 2 because of a push by the Foxies. It started at the middle part of that set, but was it really a big improvement on their part, or did you see anything different as well from PLDT in set 2?
For PLDT, it's better ball distribution. Fajardo was able to engage Baron, Santos, and Reyes for a couple of attacks early on. But it's still a Samoilenko show, although her efficiency from the previous set dipped quite a bit from 40% to 27%. And over on the other side, Farm Fresh Foxies, not much of a big improvement in terms of their set 1 outing. Even Murillo was struggling a bit in one success out of 6 attempts. Also Tubu, who was playing at a 44% in first set, down to 17%. And it's some of the crucial stops by PLDT was the block and some more attacks, but Farm Fresh Foxies just also giving a lot of errors. Save for those errors, they could have stolen set number 2 from high-speed hitters.
Lena Samoilenko and the rest of PLDT will look to sweep this matchup.
We're back with
She
set number
currently
3
leads all
of our
scores with
preliminary
16.
match in
There's who has
Pool A
9 on the other
between
end.
the Farm Fresh
Only
Foxies
one player has reached
and
double
the
figures.
PLDT high-speed
For
hitters.
the high-speed hitters,
The
their second
high-speed
leading
hitters
scorer
now
is
lead
Viola
the
Ceballos with
match
7. Mika
with
Reyes
2
has
sets.
6. As for Farm Fresh, behind Tubu are Jenny Murillo with 7. And then it's 4 each for Kate Santiago and Caitlin Viray.
Louis Romero with the first serve.
Thank you for joining us. This is Mix Gomez alongside Doc AJ Pareja and Alexis Tinsay.
Samoilenko over the block.
Samoilenko begin
PLDT
things
scores
with
1.
a point in set 3.
Opening up with down the line attack over the blockers.
Mika Reyes
Samoilenko
serving for the high-speed
catching
hitters.
the corner of zone 1.
It's Trisha Tubu soaring and
Drop
scoring
shot.
for that point.
Tubu. 1-all.
Trisha Tubu with that roll attack.
Guest player, Jenny
Not
Murillo.
a problem against
Serving
two
for Farm
Lasallian
Fresh.
blockers for the Adamsonian. It's 1-all. Nice receive by Ceballos. Leading on to a Majoy
Baron
Baron hit
off
and off the block. It's a point for the black shirts.
And off the block.
Fajardo just really trying to get Baron as part of the equation to get some spotlight off Samoilenko.
Serving for PLDT.
Short serve for CAF. It's Tubo again. Blocked.
Tubu turned
That
back
really is a
by Baron.
big wall in front of her. Samoilenko plus Majoy Baron.
A little too short on the attack for Romero. Not much options for Tubo at that instant.
That was block number 2 for Majoy Baron, who's number 6 in the league in blocking coming into this matchup. Ildefonso responds for Farm Fresh.
Ildefonso continues to be a bright star for Farm Fresh since set number 2. She was 2 out of 3. Only the one with a 66% efficiency. Now, another point for her.
Erica Santos with a combination play is unable to score. That was outside for her. Attack error number 2 for Erica Santos in this game. Ildefonso serves. That's straight to net. Arado pushes to the open. Samoilenko dropping it. Good read by Farm Fresh. Still no point. Elena, down the line target. That was outside. And with that point of PLDT, there was a check apparently. They turn you over to Alexis Tinsay.
Mix and Doc AJ, maraming adjustments ang Farm Fresh Foxies for this set. Coach Ron Medalla and Coach Shota Sato changed up the placements of Jenny Murillo. Let's get ready for some switch-ups here in the latter part of set 3. Jenny Murillo talked about how she adores Louis Romero, as when they practice, Louis asked her, "What can I do to make you feel more at home? What can I do to make things better?" with regards to their connection. Given this, she told me that the Farm Fresh Foxies is the first team she's been in where every single player was open to each other when it came to suggestions, and the first country to make it feel like she's been there for years and not a month. Whatever the result of the game is, Jenny's thrilled to have played for the Foxies because all of their games, be it a loss or a win, are results of their hard work. Brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download where you can experience PVL live in HD and commercial free anytime and anywhere in the world for 149 pesos. And now let's go back to a challenge.
This is a net touch challenge, by the way, and I like what Alexis reported because it seems to be a theme here in the PVL that wherever they may have come from, these reinforcements, they really enjoy their time with the Filipinos in terms of the energy played with here in the PVL and the bond, of course, formed. That's a touch by Trisha Tubu.
Yes, there is a net touch.
That's why the point belongs to PLDT.
And the challenge is unsuccessful.
Lost opportunity for the Foxies.
4-3.
The attack of Samoilenko went out.
And there's retribution immediately from Trisha Tubu with that combination play.
Trisha Tubu.
Trisha Tubu trying to make up for lost time in set number 2.
It's 4-all. Ball up by Baron. Combination on the other end. That was beautiful from Erica Santos.
Erica Santos finally hammers one in.
Santos, by the way, is in the top 10 in terms of attacking efficiency in the league at 37%. Murillo sending it through. Fajardo, quick look on Mika Reyes. This is Shini Arroyo, blocked. Back set onto Trisha Tubu with the help of the net. She scores.
With a little help from the net. 5-all.
Let's see if Farm Fresh can continue the trend of this game, getting closer and closer as each set goes by. This is Chini Arroyo, who scored 6 points in their previous outing. Coming off the bench, beginning in set number 2 at that, and now it is Ceballos scoring for PLDT.
Once again, those off the block power tips. Swipe off the block for Ceballos, working for
Louis Romero outsmarting Viola Ceballos. And the energy of Farm Fresh is just really different in this set.
Louis Romero making the most out of that tight pass.
It's like a layup for her. 6-all. Tagsip serves. Samoilenko receives. Ceballos attacks. Tubo with a save. Romero, bit of a miscue there. And this is a chance ball. A lot of time for CAF. They send it to Viola. No more save for the white shirts.
Ceballos continues to challenge the block of Romero. The best choice for her, as Romero is the shorter blocker.
There's point number 9 for Viola Ceballos as the second leading scorer of PLDT. Romero pushes to the open. The tip was read well by Santos. Samoilenko. Romero back onto their reinforcement. That was
A
outside.
little too long by Murillo. First technical time.
PLDT continuing to be on top in this match. It is 8-6. First technical timeout.
PLDT at 8. Farm Fresh at 6.
Back inside the Field Sports Arena, PLDT high-speed hitters have been consistent at the driver's seat in this match. It is 8-6 in set number 3 after they won 25-20 and 25-23 respectively in the first 2 sets. Lena Samoilenko is looking to have a 4-1 record alongside Fiola Ceballos as they end round number 1 of our pool phase. Arm Fresh has a record of 2-2 on the other end. Murillo attacks. She's blocked. That obviously caught everybody by surprise. The sound effect here in Field Sports. Okay, we'll have to replay that off of the serve by Fiola Ceballos. Our technical crew obviously is handling those difficulties. We shall proceed. An over receive. How about Samoilenko with the drop? Good thing though, Ildefonso was there. The rally continued, but it still is a point for PLDT.
High-speed hitters making a run here in set number 3. Murillo continues to struggle for the Foxies.
I love that reaction from Erica Santos. That's 6 points in this game for Erica. Murillo down the line, dug up by Ceballos. Her floor defense has been excellent, by the way. Mika Reyes straight to the back. Trisha Tubu, a back row hit. Read well by PLDT. Counter with Elena. Outside. It is 7-10. Middle hit. Dug up by Romero. Ildefonso sends it right. Tubu, cross court. Samoilenko again. Dropping that ball. Good read by Delerio. Push to the back. Saved and chased. And this is a free ball for PLDT. A lot of time for CAF. Mika couldn't score. One more. Fajardo challenged at the net.
First point for Murillo here in set number 3.
Samoilenko to respond. She was blocked. Arado back to the left. Valerio with another dig. Back set. Tubu hung in the air. That was beautiful.
4th point for Trisha Tubu here in set number 3.
Total of 13 for Trisha Tubu. Well, that's one way to go up against 2 excellent blockers. You have a timeout.
Balikan tubo talaga. Import ba sa harap?
Ano, bilang ng whistle.
Hindi na. Focus muna kayo dun.
Sige lang.
Sa receive cover, pag nag-chance ball, maximize na natin. Ha? Go.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, push tayo, push! Reality!
What would you say about the activity of the players lately in terms of chasing balls, in terms of the rallies that we've been seeing? Have they been longer?
So far, rallies are longer. It's
Just
harder
1 point for the Farm Fresh
the wings
Foxies
to
to tie
execute,
this
especially
set.
Samoilenko.
Team
Just
captain,
1 out of
Romero.
6 attempts right
At the
now.
service
Murillo
zone.
hasn't had any score in the attacking department also.
Ceballos back row hit. Romero will counter with Trisha. Cross court. Dug up by Erica Santos. It's Samoilenko again. Saved by Chini Arroyo. Tubu. Very sharp. Ildefonso could not drop it. Samoilenko approaches. Nice dig by Delerio. Now it's Murillo's turn. Ball returned. And how about that save by PLDT?
An offensive big pass from PLDT. Scores 11-9.
Samoilenko, or rather Murillo, had fire in her eyes in that
Mika
attempt.
Reyes Serving
Just
for
a
the
lucky
high-speed
break
hitters.
once again for the high-speed hitters.
It is 11 serving 9. Mika Reyes, 7 points, but that's an
Plus
error.
one for Farm Fresh.
Is that the first service error?
Yes, for PLDT here in set number
Jenny Murillo, guest player, serving for the Foxies.
So Jenny Murillo is at the back row. Samoilenko with a receive. It's tic-tac-toe for her. Straight onto a point.
Finally, a point for Samoilenko. She has struggled big time here in set number 3.
The spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin', ang pasalubong ng bayan. 19 total points for Lena Samoilenko. Yeah, Michael La Rosa returning to the game.
For PLDT.
PL Defonso pushing it straight onto the back.
Finds the line.
He's been quite efficient.
11.
2 for 2 for Pia. Foxies still within 1 after trailing by as much as 4 points here in set number 3.
She could be making her case once more to start in the next game of Farm Fresh. Samoilenko going cross, no save by Ildefonso.
Back-to-back points for Samoilenko before she goes to the back row.
Lena Samoilenko alongside the other reinforcements that we have in PVL are used to having other reinforcements in their team. In other countries, it's usually 4 to 6 for a single squad. So this is quite rare for them to have this level of responsibility, but they have certainly embraced it. Trisha Tubo, by the way, is playing like a reinforcement in this game with her attacking.
5 big points already for Tubu.
Her efficiency is 13 out of 24. Obviously above 50%.
Ceballos.
Unfortunately, Ceballos answers back for PLDT.
Ceballos now with 3 out of 5 attempts, 60% efficiency for the high-speed hitters.
They just continue to have answers against Farm Fresh. Chini Arroyo. The trend continues back and forth.
13 to 14.
Arroyo finally joins the tally for Farm Fresh.
Substitution. Farm Fresh. 3 out, 1.
Murillo returns to be a part of the front row. It is 13, serving 14.
Serving for the Foxies.
Chini. Straight to Samoilenko. Combination. Almost worked for Erica Santos. Telerio has done a splendid job. Ceballos. That was long, but there was a check.
Ceballos continues her good run here in set number 3.
It starts with her defense. The offense is like a domino effect of her great defensive play. That's 11 points already for Piola Ceballos.
Speaking of defense, also gotta give credit to that save by Arado.
Back row for Chini. It's Ceballos, met by 2 blockers. Romero sending it left. Murillo, very sharp on that hit.
Murillo with her first attack point here in set number 3. She's finally had enough.
She did have some rest. And Michael La Rosa was inserted in for floor defense at the back row. 14-15. Tagsip. Low.
Second technical timeout.
Fortunate timing as we head on to our second technical timeout. It is 16-14 in favor of Mika Reyes and the rest of the PLDT high-speed hitters against the Farm Fresh Foxies in set number 3. Farm Fresh will have to win this set and the next two in order to get a victory, as PLDT went off to have a nice start in this matchup. This is only our first game for today. Next leg will follow alongside Dreamline. And then our final match will feature Cherry Tigo and Galleries Tower. We were supposed to have implications for Pool A if Farm Fresh would have won this game in 3 sets, but that's not possible anymore. That's a nice cross-court hit by Jenny Murillo.
Back-to-back attack points for Murillo, making up for lost time.
Team captain, Louis Romero.
Murillo now has reached double figures behind Tubu's 14. Samoilenko couldn't score. Murillo asking for it. That was quite tight. Still an intelligent play. And it's a free ball for the white shirts. They go to Pia. And was there a check? Apparently not.
A little too close to the net for Ildefonso, so there's no option in terms of attack.
PLDT, 3 out, 2, Kiseo, in.
Sheila Kiseo returns to serve again for PLDT. That has been her role since the very beginning of this match. A miss receive by Murillo. This is Trisha Tubu. Tried to drop the ball to no avail. Samoilenko, cross court, Delerio. By the way, Delerio has 8 digs and 2 excellent receptions in this game. She has been quite active. That could have been out for Ceballos. Samoilenko will make Farm Fresh pay.
Good adjustment in the part of Samoilenko. Broken play, but was able to find that angle.
It's 21 points in this game for Elena Samoilenko off of 19 attacks. Kiseo cutting serve, another misreceive and a miscue for Farm Fresh.
Service ace from the service specialist.
It's 1 ace each for our service specialists in this matchup. A timeout for Farm Fresh.
Okay, side out, 1 pass only. Relax, relax, relax. Okay. Pass after. Always go, okay? Malayo pa yan, malayo pa.
Next ball. Shoes.
Salita kayo, Louie, kapag hindi kaya. Salita ka.
Go, Jenny! Let's go, Shears! Go, Jenny! Go, Jenny! Go! Hey, 1, 2, 3!
Farm Fresh is playing catch up once again. They did make it close in set number 2. But do they have enough left on their tank as they try to push versus PLDT? Farm Fresh Foxies, sorry, Donkey J.
Yeah, need to make 1 conversion before Murillo moves to the back row.
At the net, Majoy Baron almost scored. Now PLDT will have Majoy again tip that ball. Trisha Tubu able to prevail.
6 big points for Trisha Tubu here in set number 3.
Jenny Murillo.
They've just been playing happier and happier as the game went by. Jenny Murillo, 10 points to her name. Service inside, a nice receive by Ceballos, leading onto that hit. What a dig by Delerio. Tubu, yes ma'am.
Ball is in.
Back-to-back points for Trisha Tubu. Cut the lead down to 2.
That is number 16 for Trisha Tubu in terms of points. Samoilenko, a running hit. She touched the net on that approach.
18-19.
Just like that, Farm Fresh back to a 1-point deficit.
Service Murillo.
Louis Romero asking for more. as they try to pull off this comeback.
Ball is out.
That was outside though.
20,
Service error by Jenny Murillo.
18.
Lucky break for the high-speed
Kim
hitters.
Fajardo serving
They're not gonna challenge that.
high-speed
It's
hitters.
always been trimming it down to 1, Doc AJ. They somehow can't get over the hump. Chini Arroyo.
Arroyo.
That was long.
Too long.
And Romero wants a challenge. Yep. It's going to be ball in, ball out for
There's a
Coach
challenge
Ron
on the floor
Medalla.
by Farm Fresh for ball
Gotta get it
in,
right.
Ball out. Challenge. Farm Fresh.
By the way, as much as Elena Samoilenko has scored in tons for PLDT with 21, their second leading scorer, Fiola Ceballos, has 11. And we have a triple-double watch for her. It's 10 digs and 8 excellent receptions as well for Fiola Ceballos. That is inside. And you have to love the joy coming out of these
Ball is
Foxies
in.
as
The
of this
challenge
moment.
is successful.
That includes, of course,
Point and
Coach
serve
Sato.
go to the Foxies.
Challenge successful. This could be the
Now
momentum
19
shift that
to 20.
Farm Fresh really
Pierre
needs
Alfonso
to stay
serving
alive in
for
this
Farm
game.
Fresh.
Pia Alfonso with 4 points to her name, serves that ball in. Samoilenko got a hand.
Off the block. Samalenko.
Milenko
21 to 19.
wants to end this match early. Off the block attack.
They would just tease Farm Fresh with the deficit trimming down to 1, but the answer is always there. Trisha Tubu. Kim Fajardo, back row, Elena, drop, nice save by Delerio. Tubu again, a
Tubu,
monster
Juan
kill.
Guerrero. 20 to 21.
That's 17 points for Trisha Tubu in this game.
For Farm Fresh.
She had 12 points versus Streamline, 18 versus Galleries, and 16 as the best player versus
Wait for the
Next Led.
whistle.
That lone game versus Ceritigo was the only
Service,
matchup
Tubu.
when she did not score in double figures. Cross-court hit by Erica Santos, saved by Farm Fresh. This is a good chance for PLDT. Erica, there you go,
Santos,
same target,
corner
different
pocket.
result.
22 to 20. Substitution. PLDT. 2 out, 3. Reyes.
Erica Santos, by the way, should serve as an inspiration a lot of youngsters in Philippine volleyball. She did not see as much action when she was in college, but look at her now in the PVL. 22 to 20. Trisha Tubu straight onto the back. Calf back to Erica. That's tight. Joy Baron gives it up to Elena Samoilenko. This is a free ball. Chini Arroyo. It's tight. And that hits the antenna. Sorry sequence for Farm Fresh, and now you have another timeout, 23 to 20.
Hindi kayo pwede magmadali. First to 5. Ha? Maganda niyo yung bola.
Following this match, we
Okay,
will
next,
have
next.
Preliminaries
スリーサイカーもうあと攻めるだけ
Camille.
Yung last, aggressive natin. Gagawin natin na aggressive.
あと5点攻め尽くして逆転して取ろう OK
Bawin natin, bawin natin.
絶対守りに入らない攻める攻める OK
Aggressive na, aggressive na.
Kayang-kaya yan, kayang-kaya.
Hey, 1, 2, 3! Perfect!
Can you see one last push from the Farm Fresh Foxies? They're down by 3 points with their backs against the wall, in danger of losing this match in straight sets.
Substitution, Farm Fresh.
Now there will be a double sub.
12
It's the
out,
usual
21.
two.
Legacion in.
Angelica Legacion and Kate Santiago back in. Serving now is Majoy Baron.
Serving.
That goes inside. Sean, back set onto Kate. And no more save for PLDT.
That has been the case for set 1 to 3 for Santiago. Every time she is brought in, converts easily to a point.
She has 5 already to her name. Lai Bertolano is set to serve for Farm Fresh. She has 1 service ace in this game.
For the Foxies.
21 serving 23. Jump serve. Sharp. Almost an ace. It's a drop for...
Quick reaction. Tagsip.
Yeah, that was April Tagsip.
22 to 23.
Second point in this match for April. The lead is down to 1. But it's usually at this point for PLDT tends to respond.
Ay, hindi coach. Ano siya? Kung forward siya. Atras siya.
Same tayo?
Hindi. Yung 3-1?
Ano na? 4 na? Import sa harap, di ba? Ah, sige. Same lang ah, spin.
No, if you ready talk, okay? But normally I take it's my goal.
Oh, let's go, end game, end game.
Let's go.
Hey, PLDT!
23 to 22. Let's see if PLDT can step up in this end game for them. Remember, all of the wins and losses would be considered as we wrap up the pool play, even in round number 2. Ah, that's a service error. Very costly for Lai Bertolano.
Crucial one for the Foxies. And it's match point now for PLDT.
PLDT 5 out.
Now, for the first time in this match, Jules Samonte makes an appearance, and she will be serving to get the win.
Jules Samonte.
24-22.
For the match.
Samonte sends it in. Bertolano receives. Legacion goes to Murillo. And that's a point. Saved by Farm Fresh.
23 to 24.
Murillo knew she had an advantage, just hitting it over the block towards 6.
Set number 2 had a final score of 25 to 23. Let's see if Farm Fresh can close in. Service inside, Fajardo goes to Fiola. That's a save by Murillo. Santiago approaches. What a block. And that's going to end it all for PLDT. The same tally as set number 2. Net defense prevailing once more to the high-speed hitters. This Panalo play of the game is brought to you by Yakult. Yakult every day okay. Reyes coming alive at the last moment for the high-speed hitters, and it's a sweep for them, concluding round number 1 of our pool phase. For PLDT, we of course will give credit to Elena Samoilenko, who finishes as top scorer of this game, countering the 17 of Trisha Tubu. Gotta give credit to the Farm Fresh Foxies who battled it out. It was closer after all in sets 2 and 3, comparing it to how we started in this game. Viola Ceballos had another overall beautiful game for her in terms of her offense and defense. It is 3 sets to none with a win for PLDT versus Farm Fresh.
Next, Creamline versus Next Leg.
It is 3-0 in favor of PLDT, 25-20 and 25-23, times 2 for them against the Farm Fresh Foxies. Our best player of the game is now with Alexis Tinsay.
Migs and Doc AJ here with me is player of the game, none other than Ka Fajardo with 3 points, 2 attacks, 1 ace, and of course 12 excellent sets. Congratulations, Ka. So syempre, ano yung pakiramdam that you've bounced back from a 5th set loss to a 3 straight set win? Ano yung mga adjustments ninyo?
Pakiramdam, syempre, masaya kaming lahat. Sa adjustment, talagang tinrabaho lang namin. Yung team and yung coaches, of course.
And kita naman natin yan sa 3 straight sets. And with that, kita natin that we will be heading into the crossover round 2. So what can we expect more from the PLDT high-speed hitters? And what are you most proud of bilang isang high-speed hitter?
Siguro ano kami, one game at a time. Yung aral namin kung ano muna yung kalaban. So doon kami magpo-focus muna. Ganun lang.
Kamusta naman ang connection mo with your guest player, si Elena?
Masaya ako kasi yung connection namin off the court, nagka-translate naman siya sa loob. So, hindi lang siya kasi laro lang Hindi siya sa laro lang. Talagang pati off the court, kailangan may connection pa rin.
Talaga namang importante yung connection nyo on and off the court. May gusto ka bang batiin yung mga fans ng PLDT high-speed hitters, Ka?
Siyempre gusto kong batiin lahat ng PLDT supporters dito sa arena. Maraming salamat sa pagnood ng live at syempre yung mga nanonood sa bahay, maraming salamat sa suporta and gusto ko rin batiin yung mga teammates ko, yung PLDT management, yung family ko sa Batangas, Kikay, Rayleigh, Raiden, hello, kung nanonood kayo, maraming salamat and hi Maita.
Congratulations again, Cap, to the rest of the PLDT high-speed hitters. The next set, Chameleons going against the Creamline Cool Smashers in the next game. Stay tuned. Back to the panel.
Thank you, Alexis. Off of her 25 excellent set performance versus Cherry Tigo, it's 12 minutes for Kim Fajardo. Just had to distribute that ball to her attackers. Let's enumerate some scorers. It's 22 for Elena Samoilenko. Piola Ceballos had 11, Mika Reyes had 8, Erica Santos had 7, Majoy Baron had 5, and Kim Fajardo even had 3 points in her name. They certainly responded to your call.
Yeah, definitely. First set, it was mostly Samoilenko and Ceballos, but in set 2 and set number 3, Fajardo was able to engage the other players, Reyes, Baron, and Santos. And even if Farm Fresh was making a run in the middle and towards the end of especially set number 2 and set number 3, the distribution by Fajardo was able to spell the difference for PLDT and eventually win the match.
Just to remind everybody, PLDT will take on the bottom 3 teams of Pool B, while Farm Fresh will take on the top 3 teams in Pool B after our next phase in the pool play. But all of the wins and losses will translate, and eventually the top 8 teams will proceed to the quarterfinals, and that will be do or die from then on. Congratulations to the PLDT high-speed hitters, but for Farm Fresh, as Doc AJ mentioned, they still have a couple of positives to take from this game. Let's just hope that they can carry on some momentum for their next outings. We present to you our final numbers for PLDT versus Farm Fresh.
Yeah, as we can see in terms of attack, not much of a big difference between PLDT and Farm Fresh, although the blocks have been really a crucial factor for PLDT to stop the attacks of the Foxies. And in terms of errors, not much difference, but yeah, it is the blocking of PLDT that enabled them to get this match in 3 sets.
Almost half of those blocks came from Mika Reyes, 4 out of the 9. Then 2 each from Elena Samoilenko and Majoy Baron. A big-time victory for PLDT, which actually included a game-winning block from Mika herself. And so, they will carry on. They will wait for the schedule beginning this Saturday for round number 2. But up next, we shall present the next led Chameleons taking on the Creamline Cool Smashers in their last game for the first round of the pool phase. Thank you for joining us. For Alexis Tinsay and Doc AJ Pareja, my name is Migs Gomez. And stay tuned for more of your premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference on Pilipinas Live.